So this is the latest controversy that came out. It was posted a couple of hours ago and it already has 500,000 views. And people are pointing out and wondering if this is German culture now. I mean, this is the country that gave us pianos, gave us some of the most beautiful symphonies. And the question is like, is this what German culture is becoming? So some individuals are saying that this is on German mainstream television, while others are pointing out that it's actually no, it's harmful and dangerous misinformation because this is not on mainstream television. It is instead on a fashion channel. So it's completely different. Nothing to see here. But the reality is that in recent time, a lot of things that are on German television are becoming quite controversial, especially on Twitter. And I think I even covered one where there was this artist that was making a dance as if she is demonically possessed, as if she was suffering from a muscular degenerative illness. And, it's bizarre. Like, you're wondering, like, do they have nothing more interesting to show? And when analyzing this, I think that what's happening is that, as we can see, this person is wearing traditional women clothing associated with the traditional gender of femininity in order to use the academic language. And what they're doing is not very difficult. I mean, literally any person can do it, right? Like, they're just walking like this, and they're dancing on a song, and then they're going on a twister, and they're doing this, right? So, like, it requires no level of talent. It requires no preparation. Like, literally any person that, okay, maybe a little preparation, maybe like 1 or 2 hours, right, in order to make sure that you get the correct dancing steps. Any person that spends like 1 or 2 hours rehearsing, like, can pull this off. Right. Meanwhile, if you look at something like tap dancing, if you look at something like break dancing, I mean, even like the backup dancers for Beyonce, it requires skill. It requires some level of training. Like, not everyone can do it. So the question is, like, why don't we get to see that? Why do we constantly get to see more of this? Which, again, that doesn't seem to require any sort of talent. So the question is, like, out of all the tens of millions of people, instead of picking the most talented ones and showing on television, why are you picking someone that can do what anyone else can? And the answer is the culture, right? Because if you do anything when you see this, if you do anything besides what we get to see here, like smiling and clapping, and as you can see, like, this person, which I assume is a member of the jury, isn't even into it. Like, they're not excited, they're not happy, but they're doing what they're supposed to do, right? Smile and clap. Because if you do anything else, you get into trouble. Like, if you're a celebrity, if you're a high-profile person, and you do anything else besides smiling and clapping, you're viewed as transphobic. In Germany, you can even get in trouble. You can get a fine. It can be a hate speech thing. So this is it, right? Like, if you go to one of these competitions and you want the easy way in, you do something like this, and you don't have to put in the effort. Like, if you actually go there and you're trying, like, you're putting on a performance, you're putting on a display, well, if someone competes against you and they're doing this, the jury can only clap and smile, while with you, they're actually going to grade you based on your performance. So this is why it's happening. And it's happening with American comic books as well. Like, one of the reasons you keep seeing, like, superheroes coming out as gay. Like Superman's son, he comes up as gay, or you have like someone else, and all of a sudden they're announcing that they're LGBT. The reason this is happening is because in order to write a new adventure, like a new Superman adventure, it's very difficult. Because what you do is, like, you as the writer, you go in front of a boardroom, and you gotta shield them something. You gotta say, all right, well, let's make Brainiac come back. And they will say no, because we already did that. But what if Superman gets struck by lightning and Lois gets his powers? Like, no, we already did that. What if we have, like, Superman and pirates? No, I don't think it's popular with the kids. What if like Superman's son is gay? See, now they can't say no. Because if they say no, they're homophobic. It's like, but why can't Superman's son be gay? Right? Then they get in trouble with the HR. So all of a sudden, you got the easy way in. Now, it doesn't matter that the readers may not like it. What matters is that the New York Times is probably going to write about it. The Guardian is probably going to write about it, which they did in this case. It's free publicity. It doesn't matter that the readers of The Guardian and the New York Times probably don't read Superman. The shareholders are going to see it, and that's what matters. And this is how, like, this type of culture is being promoted. It's not because people like it. It's not like there are people that go out of their way. Like, think about it this way, right? If this type of culture was genuinely popular, like, they would paywall it. You would have, like, exclusivity channels that have, like, LGBT content. You would have, like, video games that you need to paywall in order to gain access to the LGBT skins and stuff. They're usually made for free. Because they know most people don't like it, but, like, they can't refuse it either, because then they look transphobic. And this is what's happening, right? I don't know any person that goes out of their way in order to find LGBT content to consume. But I know people that go out of their way in order to be perceived as if they like LGBT content. When in fact, most people are like, well, anyone can do this. You know, at least this one. Like, there may be LGBT content that actually requires talent. You know, some people that actually are performers and may have, like, certain moves and that do require some level of training and of preparation. This ain't it, though, right? Like, this is something that most people can accomplish. But, again, you're not allowed to criticize. And as you can see here, I actually did some research, and yeah, even the Germans aren't interested in this. And the Germans are incredibly open-minded. But this is how you actually get to see how popular it is. Like, no one is watching. They're not criticizing it. They're not complaining like, oh my god, this is on TV. No, they're just not tuning in. So as you can see, the new fashion show by Style Rocks achieved ratings that were not measurable in its first week in the evenings. So, it's not proving to be a success. Again, it's likely putting it, like, the language they use. Like, they're afraid to say that it's shit. They're like, it's not proving to be a success. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's the way to put it, I guess. But this is why you get to see these things on TV, is because the producers cannot say no to them, even if they are aware they're not going to resonate with the public. In Germany, of all places. Like, if in Germany it doesn't resonate with the public, Jesus. Can you imagine in places like Eastern Europe? Luckily, this is not an international thing. But when they do it with comic books, with TV shows, with movies, that's why people keep tuning out. And, you know, eventually, maybe they will get the memo and they will sack up and say, look, I understand you want Superman's son to be gay, but, like, where are we going with this? Like, what is the story, actually? Well, it's going to be such and such. Yeah, but, like, they already did that with Marvel, or we did that with the other superhero. Like, come on, like, come with something interesting, right? And maybe when they have the balls to do that, we're going to see more competent entertainment. But until then, it's going to be more stuff that no one wants to watch. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.